All right. Hi, how's everybody doing? I just wanted you guys to check out this new build we came across, and we've kind of manipulated a little bit to get the most optimization out of this build. This build is called I'm calling it the Poison Ivy build. It's solely around lots of poison. We're using our main skills here for Devour. Toxic Skin, Scourge, and it's a very fast build. So we're using Rushing Claw, and we're evading with it. So it's a lot similar to the Evade build, but ideally we're using Rushing Claw to move that much faster. So starting with this build, we are using Harley Quinn's Crest. We're using Yul and Q. So we're using Earthen Bulwark for this, for your barrier. Shroud of False Death. And then we are using the gloves here with the casting gorilla skills. And then ideally you want to have dexterity, maximum life, critical strike damage. You mainly want to focus on the maximum life and dexterity if you can for greater affixes. On our pants, we are using dexterity max life armor with scourge size and maximum resolve stacks, which I don't have any of this gear masterwork yet. You want +2 ideally on that. This one has Scourge continuously affects enemies around you for 8 seconds. And then on our boots, we have Dexterity Max Life. You want Toxic Skin, ranks 2. +4 is ideal if you can get a greater affix on it. If not, it's okay. This one has Barrier Generation, +3 to Rushing Claw charges, which you need, again, to be able to evade a lot quicker. It's just, that's how you're getting your speed to get around very fast. This build, when you have everything masterworked, you should be pushing tier 100s pretty fast, just as fast as the regular evade build, if not faster, for more optimization. But the big thing with this build is you are able to push higher pit tiers, so pit 140s, once everything's masterworked, possibly 150s, which we'll be doing some testing here soon. On your polearm, ideally you want to focus on Dexterity Max Life for greater affixes. This one has Dexterity Max Life vulnerable damage, +4 to Ravenous, and you want vulnerable damage as well for your tempers. Gain critical strike damage equal to 140%. You want to have that as high as you can for your temper. For your skill aspect, sorry. We're running Zol and Zal for the runes, and then you just want for your gems dexterity added to that. So we're pretty high there. You want roughly 25 to 3,000 dexterity. And that's where you're going to get a lot of your crit damage. So for our crit damage, we're sitting at 4,300. You don't need to worry about crit chance. Attack speed is 22.5% is what I have, but once we masterwork everything, we'll get the critical strike damage up a little more here. So moving on with the amulet, we have Dexterity Max Life, Total Armor, and Dexterity is what you need. I haven't re-rolled this one yet, but instead of max life, if you can get more cooldown, just to keep casting your Rushing Claw and your evade, you want to try to get triple masterwork cooldown as well on the Shaco. If not, just 2 is fine. 49% is what I have. So you want Incarnate, cooldown reduction, Again, resolve stacking. So we want to triple master work of revolve stacking on our amulet and on our pants here. Again, everyone knows resolve stacking will give you a lot more damage. We are using Wound Drinker, which this is big. We're getting damage to poison enemies. We're getting damage reduction from poison enemies. We want the +5 to toxic skin, which is why we have it there. And then we have it as well here on our boots. We are using, back to the amulet, resolve stacks as your aspect as well there. We are using dexterity, max life, and critical strike damage. Again, we're crit damage stacking, so we're trying to get as much as we can on all pieces here. So our tempers are critical strike damage and incarnate cooldown reduction as well. So we're trying to get as much cooldown reduction and critical strike damage on this build as possible. We are using double gorilla for our spirits. Moving to our skills here. I put 5 into rock splitter and then enhance rock splitter. Nothing in there. And then we're moving down. Put 5 into toxic skin, which we're at 18 of 5 because we have the +5 on our boots and or +4 on our boots and +5 on our wound drinker. And now we have toxic skin moving down. Measured toxic skin. We're putting 1 into focal point, and then 3 into apex, 1 into mirage, 3 into unrestrained power, and 3 into swift. We're putting 1 into endurance, 3 into perseverance, and then 5 into armored hide, and reinforced armored hide. And then 1 into counterattack, reinforced counterattack, 5 into scourge, enhanced, and adaptable scourge. Then we have 1 into anti-venom, and then 3 into nourishment. Nourishment is rating a lot of your poison damage. So that ideally all this will stack up with your poison damage, and you also are getting a lot of poison resistance as well with the way this skill tree is set up. We're using resilient here, so we have 3 into there helping from the Harley Quinn crest. Sorry. So we put 1 into there, and then dominant we have 3 into there. And moving over here, ravenous 3. And then oppressive 3. So we're getting a lot of crowd control damage with our centipede skill with Scourge, because you activate that and you basically can sit there in AFK mode and just let the enemies let the Scourge centipede just do what he's got to do and protect you, and you can just be AFK for that. Again, we have 3 into resolution, 1 into spiritual attunement, 3 into supremacy, 1 into devour, and then harmonious devour. Our main key passive is noxious residence, which this is giving you critical strikes, cause your poison on enemy to burst, dealing 100% of the total poisoning instantly to them, 20% of its surrounding enemies before removing the poisoning effect from the primary target. Damage is increased by 30% of your critical strike damage bonus. Current damage bonus for me, so there you go. You got 1,290% in that key passive. Moving over to the Paragon board here. We're using Colossus. And I'll have this build link below. So starting with Colossus. That's where you're getting your damage to close enemies. Next board, we are using sapping with Spirit. Spirit you need here because you're getting a lot of your critical strike damage, 13.5%. And then as you move forward, more dexterity will stack that. So you want that. And then moving over to your third board, you have Vicious Shield, and that's with your barrier. So the more barrier, you're going to have increased damage for each 3% max life. We're using Exploit in this. So vulnerable damage. Each 5 strength purchase within range deal 2% increased damage. Targets. So again, that's where we're getting all our nodes there. Moving to the next board, we are using Convergence with Fitness. This one, I need to start running some pits to get this glyph up, but we just started using this one as well. Critical strikes generate 3 vigor. So again, more critical strike damage. So within each node of dexterity, you're getting 2%. And then our last board, we will be using Bane, which I don't have yet, but Bane will go here with revealing. So I just made this character, so I'm just gonna, I'll be Bane, and then revealing. That's your, vulnerable enemies, increase crowd control damage as well. So we're stacking that too there. And then with our mercenaries, we're using Sabot. And we're using Wire Trap, Ready at Hand, Trip Mines, and Loaded Munition. And we're here. We're using Bastion. And then this one here, cast players become injured. Okay. And then just kind of shows you generally what our attack power, armor, life is at. So I'll give you kind of like a brief demonstration here how this build operates. Just kind of in a pit here. Or, sorry, Infernal Horde. There's a spam the claw. And again, this is with missing a glyph at the moment, and nothing is masterwork. So once you have everything masterwork with this build, you'll be hitting easily in the trillions. Just with good optimization of the speed compared to the evade build. And you can just basically keep getting your claw to just keep evading. Which is great because that's where you get a lot of your cooldown. The more attack speed you have on this as well, I think this will be very good for hitting some of those nodes in the Paragon board. So this just gives you a brief demonstration here how this operates. I'll do another video here shortly on to see how far we can push with this build pit-wise. But yeah, it's pretty fast. It's pretty viable. Check it out, and thanks for tuning in. Thank you. GG's.